Mr. Reichel, Mr. Crescenzo, and Miss Rich, Mrs. Burns, Miss Grindle, members of the faculty, parents, and students. Welcome to the 2021 National Junior Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Yara, and I'm the 2021 JTL and JHS President. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NJHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you all of the standards of excellence you two are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. Before we begin tonight's induction ceremony, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our chapter is proud to have been inducting new members since 2016, and with today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. At this time, I like to share a few words from our keynote speaker, Adriana Nappo. Adriana is a former JTL and JHS member.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, and most importantly, the new inductees. My name is Adriana Nappo, and I'm currently in 11th grade. I was inducted into NJHS my 7th grade year. First off, I'd like to say congratulations to you guys. This is huge. NJHS is the first door of many that will open in your future to lead you to bigger and better opportunities. I remember first being inducted myself. I was like, what's the big deal? It's just another club. But what I didn't foresee was all the subtle advantages that led to the academic success and opportunities that I have today. There's the 5 pillars: scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. 5 everyday words that symbolize everything I stand by. Scholarship. Light is knowledge. It is the ability to sit for hours on end trying to understand a concept. It is the perseverance to rebound after failure. It is the knowledge that learning never ends. Service. Service means humanity. Going out of your way to make someone's day just a little bit better just because it's the right thing to do. It means doing things out of the kindness of your heart, out of compassion. Leadership. The quality that I personally embody the most. Leading also means being able to follow. Being a leader means taking all ideas into consideration and bringing them to life. Leadership means being the voice for those who feel they may not have one. Character. Character means doing the right thing when no one's watching, and also thinking about doing the right thing before actions are even made. Character is thinking before we speak, expressing our gratitude for the fortunes in our lives, and not grieving or showing malice for the things that we don't. And lastly, there's citizenship. Taking care of your peers, school, and community. Being an upstanding citizen means respecting and abiding by the rules, laws, and regulations set forth in your community, home, and school. These 5 pillars have allowed me to prosper in everything that I do, between school, work, and my everyday personal life. Something that I have always preached to underclassmen is to never change who you are, not according to society and not according to those around you. Stay true to yourself is the best advice that I can give. These are the years where you're going to fully grow into yourself, fully develop your own personality, and walk your own path. Embrace being the best you that you can be, because there's no better version. Embrace being chosen for this opportunity given to you tonight, as well as all of those to come in the future. But most importantly, be proud of yourself and where you are today, because I know I'm proud of where I am as well as where I am going. I'm beyond grateful and honored that I was chosen to be the first student keynote speaker and to be able to speak to you all tonight. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and I'm super proud of where you are. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm William Shalamus, and I'm Vice President for this NJHS chapter. In addition to the strong academic records which establish the eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations. We serve our school and community through many activities, including participating in Project Turkey, where we provided 178 turkeys and fed 400 families for the Thanksgiving holiday. We donated various supplies to the Women's Resource Center. In addition, we raised money to donate to women's resources. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members to bring new energy in support of our continuing work as NJHS members.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Burns, and I'm the co-advisor to the JTL National Junior Honor Society. It is at this time we proclaim to all in attendance the membership of the JTL Lambert Intermediate School chapter of the National Junior Honor Society, which has been earned by these candidates through effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as the standards for the National Junior Honor Society. Members of the chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. We will begin with scholarship.
Good evening. My name is Maya, and I am the secretary in this year's chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Good evening. My name is Kaylin, and I am the treasurer of this year's chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in-school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interest of others. The leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they're ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
Good evening. My name is Isabella, and I am the historian of this year's chapter of National Junior Honor Society. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to be seen. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Good evening. My name is Megan, and I am a member of this year's chapter of National Junior Honor Society. I represent citizenship, the obligations each member of our society faces to live up to the democratic ideals given to us by the founders of our country. The responsibilities each of us has to our home community, our state, our nation, and our world are many. As good citizens, we are bound to live up to the laws and guidelines which unite us as a civilized society. Good citizens work together to improve not only our lives, but the lives of all our fellow citizens. Good citizenship requires that we remain strong and vigilant in protecting the freedom and rights that have been granted to us, and in preventing injustice from entering our lives. We, the members of this chapter, are called to live up to the high standards of citizenship from this day forward.
Hello, I am Miss Grindle, and I am the co-advisor for JTL's chapter of NJHS. At this time, will the new inductees please turn on your microphones and your cameras, raise your right hand, and repeat the pledge after me. Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purpose of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. And I will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service. The high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, citizenship, and character. Very good, thank you. Thank you. And now, Miss Brindle, I will announce the 2021 new inductees.
It is my pleasure to introduce Aaron Brzezky into the JTL chapter of National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Reichel Brzezky into the JTL chapter of National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Maya Cameron into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Amasa Ellis into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Luke Falzone into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Cecily Kirkwood into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Ivan Lawbaugh into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Allison Mayer into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Cole Monclary into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Malia Monzon into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Jamari Ravenel into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Joelle Smiley into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. And it is my pleasure to introduce Gianna Ventry into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society.
It is my pleasure to introduce Layla Joseph into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Nayla Joseph into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Madison Carcutt into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Kanwande Keats into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Alyssa Kohler into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Victoria Leitz into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Thomas Myjanis III into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Michael Arnado into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Amani Quarterman into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. It is my pleasure to introduce Alyssa Samaru into the JTL chapter of the National Junior Honor Society.
Congratulations!
And now, please welcome our principal, Mr. Craig Reichel, who will offer congratulatory remarks to the new members.
Hello, I would like to welcome and thank our attendees for the 2020-2021 National Junior Honor Society Induction Program conducted virtually tonight. I I would like to congratulate all of our students that were inducted. It is quite an accomplishment to be part of this prestigious program. In case you didn't know, NJHS started in 1929 to honor those students in the 5 pillars. The pillars represent a whole student that thinks of themselves second and their community first. They work collaboratively for the betterment of society and believe that knowledge and being a good person are essential for growth. You have demonstrated abilities and skills that nurture a spirit of leadership. Real leadership requires that you lead by example and allow your actions to speak for you. You have given back to the community time and time again, thinking of yourself after you take care of your neighbor. You believe that the differences we all have are blessings, and we should seek to understand and not use these differences to drive us apart. And finally, scholarship. Grades can open up so many doors for you in your life. They set you apart from others and also provide learning opportunities that you may not have had otherwise. Your studies should always be a focus because academic growth and knowledge will allow you to make informed decisions, but in the digital age, learning does not require a teacher. It requires a student. So many people misunderstand what the National Honor Society is. It's a whole person that is not defined by one area, but all 5 pillars that come together to allow you to take advantage of all of your gifts. You have a responsibility moving forward. Show yourself that you are the person in all that you do. Be the best possible you can be. So much of our world is virtual, from meetings and medicine to banking and learning. Virtual has taken on a life of its own in the past year, and we've seen it expand as a necessity in all aspects of our lives. Could the founders of NJHS fathom how the world would change and use technology to grow smaller? Embrace this change, because the world will not be the same as it was 2 years ago. How can you take the pillars and apply them to the community and world in ways the original founders of NJHS would not have fathomed? We are so proud of you, and please continue to be leaders for tomorrow, today, through your thoughts, actions, words, and deeds. Thank you, and good luck for the rest of your school year.
I'd like to thank our advisors, Ms. Burns and Ms. Grindle, Carl Ludwig for production design, and the members of the Induction Ceremony Committee for their hard work in organizing this year's induction ceremony. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause.
Thank you all for attending our NJHS induction ceremony. In just a moment, the new inductees will recess. Please join me once again in applauding all of our new Honor Society members. Thank you.